Howdy everybody, how you doing out there? Yeah, today I'm working on GeckoLinux apparently. What I listed anyway. And we have our brews. My brew today is my 1 cup to rule them all's cup. I don't know if you can see it, but it's got I assume it's actually what it has on the ring. 1 ring to rule them all in the Lord of the Rings. I assume it's what it has on there anyway. Has some Guinness Stout in it. So I'm drinking today. Extra stout, actually. So, yeah, how's everybody doing today? Hopefully, it'll be good. Had a good week overall and busy week, but a good week. It was kind of hectic, and then we had a lot of things going on. I think this next week, I think we're finally back to quote normal, whatever that is. But at least it should be more normal as far as activities that I have going on and stuff like that. Yeah, so I have all my stuff going on. And things like that. And let's see, what do we want to talk about today? Anything news in Linux lately? I don't know. Probably it's been some, but I don't remember what it is. Yeah. Well, I have some news as far as the show's concerned. Basically, I've got my framework laptop video that I'm trying to find time to edit and put together and put out there. I think I mentioned that last week. I'm going to get that done this week. Just so much going on, it's hard to keep track of everything, it seemed like. And that's my news for the show, I guess. So today we have on tap uh, GeckoLinux. GeckoLinux is one I've heard about before, and I think I know I've installed OpenSUSE about twice. GeckoLinux is based on OpenSUSE, but OpenSUSE has its own installer for one thing. Some people find a little off-putting, I guess. So other people like it. Just depends on your flavor of taste, I guess. What you're used to. And that's really the whole thing about Linux and Windows and operating computers. Whatever you're used to, that's where you get all set on, Because I know that they had some issues. But anyway, that's another rabbit hole I don't want to go down right now. But anyway, I wanted to make sure that you knew that this is based on OpenSUSE, on both Leap and Tumbleweed versions of it. But if you know anything about that, Leap is a stable branch, and Tumbleweed is the rolling release branch of OpenSUSE. And this has desktops up for both of them all over the place. A lot of desktops, seems like. Even has some you wouldn't expect, like the one we're going to review today, which is Pantheon. The only place I've ever really seen that much is in the what am I thinking of? Oh, Elementary, yeah. Elementary is one of that's the elementary desktop, Pantheon. And about the only place I've ever seen that is in Elementary. Maybe one other place I've seen it or something. Anyway, so but this has a branch of it now. They have something called OBS, which isn't OBS like the video player you always see. That I'm using right now to record this video and put it out to y'all guys. But OBS as in hi SB, how's it going out there? Oh, you're a GeckoLinux creator here tuning in. Cool. Yeah, you might be able to shed a little light on some things. Who knows? Congratulations. It seemed like a good distro. And anyway, I was wondering about this, so I put it on there, and I got it. I'm ready to go on a virtual machine. We're ready to install the sucker on there. Use the Calamaris Installer, which is pretty standard one. Most people have seen that one before. So you're probably not going to see anything brand new on it, which of course is what the expectation is. It's not going to be brand new. But I can't remember what the name of the OpenSUSE installer is called exactly. SB might be able to shed some light on that. But anyway, yeah, so we'll get over to it and go to our desktop and see what we got on there. Alrighty. Okay, first I need to go over to, well, let's look at the website first, yeah. Okay, here we are on the website. And you see the download, at least I assume we're on the website. I might wait till I see it on the screen actually, before I go on, because I don't want to screw up things. Make sure their key bindings work right. I'm on the website, okay. Yeah, so we got the GeckoLinux for detail-oriented geckos. So I guess we're all geckos in one form or another. Welcome to GeckoLinux. GeckoLinux is a spin based on the OpenSUSE distribution with a focus on polish, out-of-the-box usability on the desktop. Available in static based on OpenSUSE Leap and rolling release based on OpenSUSE Tumbleweed editions. You go to documentation, you see it has also another section called Next. It's interesting. I installed that up on my testing desktop up there. So Pantheon version of that. Well, you can see this is their static release editions. You can see they have one for Cinnamon, XFCE, Gnome, Plasma, Mate, Bungie, LXQT, and Bare Bones, which I really love that picture of Bare Bones. Yeah, it makes you laugh. So bare bones obviously is bare bones. In other words, you don't have much installed in the way of programming, just basic system stuff, I guess you could say. System files and things like that. Desktop environment, so on and so forth. You have your rolling releases. They have all those, plus they have let's see, they have down here, they've got Bungie, Pantheon added to the mix. And then the next editions, which is actually part of these, I think, are there's OBS. Well, I can't remember what OBS stands for, but it stands for some. Somebody told me one time, and I don't remember what it stood for. And GeckoLinux, next Plasma, and GeckoLinux, next Pantheon. Now the next is have a stable OpenSUSE Leap base combined with additional OBS repositories to offer the latest versions of popular desktop environments. Looking for the static release or rolling release. Anyway, yeah, so I downloaded this one, installed it on there. Now I'm downloading this one. I'm going to install it on the VirtualBox. Also installed Bungie, but it didn't have quite the resolutions I needed for some or other anyway. It didn't have fractional. This one doesn't really either, but it does in a sense, and that it offers a lot more things on there. OpenSUSE build. The OBS stands for OpenSUSE Build Service, according to SB there. I think that's what I remember hearing before. Yep, OpenSUSE Build Service. Thank you. And so anyway, yeah, it's an extra set of repositories, as I understand it, that are kind of general that any distribution can access and stuff like that, or they call them channels or something like that. And so any distribution can access them apparently. And so yeah, so they have these OBS versions of Pantheon and this KDE Next Plasma, which has more up-to-date Plasma settings than one up there in the Leap version. And so Yeah, it's more up to date Plasma. I guess you want rolling release up to date, you can get that next. Plasma. Plasma. I don't know how you pronounce it. Plasma? Plasma? Plasma. I think it's Plasma. Alrighty. So you got that. And so we downloaded this one. So we're going to be looking at today. GeckoLinux Rolling OBS Pantheon. Kind of interesting Pantheon. I don't know a whole ton about Pantheon. I have reviewed Elementary one time before, I think. One time I've reviewed it. And so I have some familiarity with it, but not very much. I don't even remember much about it. So we will go on to install it over here. Manage files and download Linux. And I have all my files stored in the Linux folder here. And there it is. That ISO. And we're going to put this under OpenSUSE. Tumbleweed. Going to customize this and give it 4 gigs of RAM. And 21.5 gigabytes should be plenty of space for the hard drive, so we'll create that. And it boots up into it. Like that. Yeah, boot from the live CD version of it. We can go through installation to it that way. Semi-fish, okay. Yeah, he's giving us a little, SB is giving us a little bit of, hi Michael, how you doing? And yeah, so there it is. Hey, it's even actually opened up in the right resolution for the screen. That's cool. I had trouble doing it in VirtualBox, but on GnomeBox it pops right up. Cool. So anyway, and my mouse is real tiny. Yeah, that's part of the problem with this. Pantheon looks okay. The big things are down here. Oops, XFCE is bumping in. Yeah, Pantheon is real, has big things, but then it gives it this real high resolution on the screen here that I need to adjust a bit. So we'll go into the menu here. We'll go to settings. Oh yeah, settings down here too. Yeah, it says settings on the dock down here and this one right here. And displays. And you can go up here in this little thing and change it. You see how high resolution it's set at. That's why anything I show on there is going to be real tiny. Okay. Screen rotation. Other. And best resolution I find for this to work is like this one here. Yeah, this is a framework laptop that I'm on here right now. And it's kind of got a strange ratio of 3 to 2 on the screen. So it doesn't fit exactly. I mean, you can't probably see it on there, but on the right and left and the bottom and the top, there's a little bit of extra space. But anyway, yeah, it looks good overall. Be able to see things better this way, at least. And let's see, we go install a sucker in here. Here's installation, Calamaris Installer. And next. Yeah, it's got the right time zone for me. Mountain Time Zone. Right, US keyboard. And we're going to erase this disk. Being it's virtual disk, there's nothing on it, so yeah, there's nothing to lose, no problems with it. I usually use erase disks on most all of the installations I do. Even on regular disks, I like to wipe them all clean and install it that way, because that way you don't have problems with your installation like like one of the people was mentioning on the Linux Saloon forum. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, SP says he wasn't expecting it to have the screen resolution Gnome boxes. That's what yeah. Yeah, most viewers usually use that. I've even used Gnome boxes. I have it on my other, let's see, I have it on PC Linux OS version. I'm actually logged into Fedora right now because I have my OBS all set up on this one, so I'm over here. I tried it in VirtualBox on PC Linux OS, and I did have trouble with screen resolution on that one, but this one, and I was surprised, went pop. Wow, cool. Excellent. I actually got it to work on VirtualBox is better, but but so yeah. So anyway, we got this. I'm usually set up on erase disk. Swap the files fine for virtual disk. I'm not going to keep it long probably. So ButterFS is the default file system, which is good. It's nice if it's that way. You can also change the XFS, F2FS, and XEXT4 if you want to, but we'll just leave it on ButterFS for our purposes here. Also, if you want to create other partitions, stuff like that, you can do a separate home partition, that kind of thing. You can install it right there and create your partitions using, I assume, something similar to gparted or something like that. Something that's sort of like it at least. And here's where you put your master brew record, which is where we want it. So we'll go next. And I gotta type my name in. Rick. Nice to pronounce though. Had a gym teacher used to pronounce my koppel as Copel one time all through the whole semester, and I finally said, "Oh, by the way, my name isn't Copel, it's Koppel." Why didn't you tell me that at the beginning? Yeah, just called framework laptop. And spell right, laptop. There you go. Put in a good, strong, secure password, as DT likes to say, and we're ready to roll. Now, I don't have it logging automatically. I ask for password, and I use the same password administrator account for this purposes. Now, normally, I would have done check that and use a separate password, but yeah, I need sudo privileges and all that kind of stuff in my main administration password. I can always set up the root to be a different password after the fact. Easy enough. So we'll go next. And yeah, so everything looks good. MS-DOS partition table. Yeah, it's going to be for our purposes here. That'll be fine. Install. Install now. And away it goes. Now, the one thing you will notice about Calamaris Installer with GeckoLinux is there's no slides here. In this spot right here. Just, yeah, I have framework laptop. Yeah. Yeah, I have framework laptop. I bought it beginning December, I guess, is when I got mine. And yeah, I'm planning on, like I said earlier before you came in the show, I'm going to be putting out pretty soon a framework laptop video about tearing apart my framework laptop. Box opening, all that kind of stuff. So you want to make sure you subscribe down below. You'll get that video too. So anyway, back to this. This is busy installing, and it doesn't take too long, about 5 to 6, 7 minutes on the stuff, I guess. And yeah, we'll sit here and wait for it to install. Talk about other things. Yeah, I like the framework laptop pretty well. It's had a little quirk. It's got a weird screen size. It's a 3x2 screen size, actually. 3.2, so you don't see too many 3.2s out there. And the resolution is on it. It's hard to find a good resolution that works for it, but either use fractional scaling or the built-in fractional scaling. That some of the things where it has different scales, like this particular one where I use the 1680 by 1050 resolution on it. You're serious here. I just wish they had it at 15. Wish they had 15. Yeah. Well, I bought the smaller one, so I don't know what the other one's like, but it's a little bit bigger, so I'm not sure what exactly screen size it is, but yeah, well, we're done already. So we'll restart and go done. We'll boot into our new system. Yeah, that's kind of like unsure. Need to double check something. I don't know whether it's booting into the live CD or that. One time I had one distribution boot live CD. Usually skips it, but I don't know. Yeah, it's our system installation. It's got my name there. It wouldn't have my name if it was live CD. So password, and there we are. Boom, 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 boom. Welcome to OpenSUSE Tumbleweed. Yeah, that's one of the things I was wondering about. Was that last time I installed on this machine up here, it didn't seem to really offer a welcome screen of any kind. And I thought that might be a negative for some new users. Probably needs basic guide, community support, and get involved. The options on it. Yeah, but I mean, like Linux, it has welcome screen. It takes you through steps you can set up how you want it to look and backups and all that kind of stuff, which we need to do here before we move much further. But yeah, backups, 15-inch model, 60 mile. Yeah, that's what I have over here on my Acer laptop. Is my 1080 laptop. It's a 1080 full HD. It says. I got another bigger screen up above it that has the same resolution. So, as a matter of fact, on this desktop, I've got 4 screens and 3 computers. So, yeah. We'll go next. We'll see what it takes us through here. Choose your look. That's first thing in there. I like dark, so I'm gonna go dark. Blink. Might be a little too dark, but I guess probably maybe try this out. Purple, that kind of looks nice, I guess. Okay, we'll just go with that for the fun of it. Okay, I don't really want nightlight though, especially for this purpose. And you download files or temporary files, trash files. Automatically delete downloaded files, all old temporary files or trash files. Yeah, that's good. Setting. Cool. Housekeeping. Save space. Help you make sure you don't get overburdened. Online accounts. Okay, we're going to skip this for now. But yeah, you can set up any online accounts to sync with your mail, calendar, and tasks. That kind of thing. Cool. Okay. Skip that for now. Ready to go, it says. Enjoy using OpenSUSE Tumbleweed. You can always visit system, set up hardware, or change your preferences. So now we're started. Hey. So yeah. Now, one of the things I'm wondering is that what kind of key bindings you have automatically set on here. I know the Windows key will pop open your Windows menu there, like you expect. And I'm not sure, but I think if I... No, guess not. Well, I was just doing the Control-Alt-T to see if it would pop up open the terminal. But it didn't do it, apparently. And so we got that. Then we got, let's see, installer on here. Let's see what we got. Yes, Geckos software, files, multitasking view, clipboard is currently empty, and you got show desktop icon. Yeah, Geckos installer. I don't know. Let me see what we got over here in our accessories. We have Archive Manager, Calculator, Clipped, is your clipboard manager, desktop folder, multi-search tool, and screenshot. Your graphics, you have Document Scanner, Document Viewer, Drawing, LibreOffice Draw, and Photos. Under Internet, you have Firefox, Mail. It looks like it might be Gary Mail or something. Or it's, no, it's same one that Elementary uses, I assume. Probably. Your email. Pigeon transmission. In Office, we have Calendar, Document Viewer, LibreOffice, all LibreOffice Suite. Except for LibreOffice Base is not there, but all the rest pretty much are. Programming. It's code. I guess it's a code text editor of some kind. Sound and video. Camera, music, full side volume control, videos. System tools. You have decomp editor, disk, files. I'm thinking it probably uses the Nautilus or something there. Check that real quick, I'll find out. Assume it's Nautilus, but I don't know for sure yet. Let's see. Don't remember where the menu is on the sucker. I don't see hammer or menu or anything. It's not Nemo, I guess, so it must be Nautilus. Nemo, I'm familiar with Nemo because I used Cinnamon for a long time. And let's see, Alt F4. No? No key binding for closing the window, at least, and not working at this point. Oh, it might be Elementary's. Oh, have a problem with window here. It's not frozen up or something there. Okay, so let's do a little special thing here. Because I know over here in System Tools, we have our terminal. And we can do Xkill. Learned about this recently. Turn your cursor into an X right there. And you can click it on window and kill it. Just like that. One freezes up on you or locks up on you, something like that, and you can't kill it through any other means, you can always do that. It's pretty cool. I like that function. Saw it on DT's video not too long ago. Now, okay, so yeah, we need to get, well, I'm going to go because I know how to do this. So I'm going to go up here, go back. Oh, that's the wrong one. That's my XFCE Fire Fedora installs menu. Can't use that one for this. We're going to open this terminal back up. And we're going to increase size here a bit. So, oops. Increase size a bit so it looks bigger for us. So everybody can see what's happening. We'll also go ahead and put it in maximize state so it's got plenty of room. You can see it good. Let's see now. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a sudo zipper update. I think that's yeah, some of them are update, some of them are upgrade, so you never know for sure, but I think this update, if I remember correctly. And there it goes. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, while we're waiting for this to upgrade and do all that kind of stuff, they shouldn't have a ton to upgrade, I don't think, on it, because I think most of it was done through this fairly new release. I think is like it's not too long ago at all. Let's see. Okay, so we're retrieving repository data, so it's cooking on that front. Okay, so, and it froze. Well, that happens to the best of us, I guess. There's no telling, especially a virtual machine, what's gonna give it problems and do that kind of stuff. It happens occasionally on almost every distro I've been on. Some will freeze up and you gotta figure out how to cancel it or get out of it. Sometimes, let's see, product OpenSUSE tumbleweed requires to be updated by calling zipperdoop. Oh yeah, forgot about that. Okay, well, let's go ahead and do what it says do there. So, yeah, so it uses zipperdoop. And updates it. Here's all the files it's going to update. Looks like a good wad of them. Hardware base, base system, hand space, minimal base, SOS management, X11 will be upgraded. A new 400 package to be installed, the pod 4 package to be removed. Okay, yes, let's do that. Okay, please rest. Yeah, yeah, I have to because it says basically symptoms include NVIDIA. I don't really have an NVIDIA driver on this machine, so I'm not sure why it's gonna install NVIDIA stuff on there anyway. But PC Linux did the same thing, so maybe there's something in here that says, I know this could have an NVIDIA driver in it, but it doesn't. Yeah, I bought it without an NVIDIA driver. I just said, well, I'm not really going to play that much games on it. I'm going to use it for all this other stuff, and i5's the 11th generation seems strong enough for that, so. Yeah, wondering about the dupe. You can run dupe. Yeah. That's good, I guess, if you have that. I know one of the other distributions I've used doesn't even provide a warning, but it's a prefer you use one other command other than the standard update or upgrade commands, that kind of thing. So anyway, while this works way, we can talk about other things. So anyway, yeah, I like Gecko pretty much. As a matter of fact, I'm debating whether to put it. I know you'd probably say do it, but debating. I've had NeptuneOS on this Acer laptop for quite a while. I've distro hopped for quite a while on it for a good period of time. But I'm really, if this is what I'm looking at, I'm hoping it'll be, then I might just consider putting it on my Acer laptop. Yeah, it's I don't know. you can see it, but while that's cooking, I can show it to you. I'll go back to, let's see, well, go back to my head here, and while that's cooking away on those, and I can show you what it is. I can take this off without destroying it. Okay, here we are. There's my extra laptop, if you can see it. I have to wait to see what I'm looking at here. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, so I got Telegram open on right now in the Linux Saloon. Which, by the way, is, if you don't know it already, I think you might, but Linux Saloon is going to be showing that. He's also going to be doing GeckoLinux, where it's talking about. So you want to be there for that. Probably you can be on a. Yeah, I look pretty good there. You look like I planned that frame anyway. Yeah, so yeah, if you want to be there, that's fun. And you can actually get on YouTube and not YouTube, but you can get on Zoom. Link they provide, and then you can be part of the discussion. It's one of those where everybody groups gets on there. A lot of people get on there and they do that kind of thing. So yeah, SB, if you want to join with fun over there and watch us talk about your distro more, see what everybody experienced with it and that kind of thing. Should be interesting, I think. If nothing else. So yeah, I'm looking at this down here. It's still cranking away. But it's almost done. It's almost finished downloading, I should say. I don't know about the upgrade itself. The installation usually goes a little faster than downloading because it's check file complex now. And it's installing my broadband. So that's cool. It installs that, catches that. Yeah, so we'll see what we got when we're done with all this and if everything works good. But I hope it is, doesn't it? Yeah. So I guess I'll slip back over to this now because it's going to be almost done here in a minute. And there we go. Yeah, so it's cranking away on it. Installing stuff right and left. DStreamer, Shadow, Grub, 2Snapper, Up plugin, pattern-based minimal. Yeah, we'll see what kind of kernel we end up with after we on this tumbleweed. I think, yeah, they just came out recently with the 5.16 for use, because I know when I updated my one of the Garuda Linux that I installed, of course that's Arch, so it might be more fresher than this is. I don't know. But yeah, Arch installed, which we'll find out right now because it's finished. Yes. Yeah, 5.16.0 kernel on it. Cool. Yeah, because I saw the updated Garuda today earlier, and it came out and it replaced 5.15 dot blah blah blah, whatever. It's like three numbers there, 254 or something like that. Kernel with a 5.16 kernel. So y'all did too. Cool. So it's just update system, right? And let's see, is HTOP on here? Nope. NeoFetch. Nope. Let's install one or two of them, or both of them, or whatever. So Mm. Okay. Yes. It usually solves pretty quickly, so no biggie there. And then NeoFetch, we'll install that too. And then we'll check them out and see what they say each top. Oops. Alrighty, here you are. It's running 789 megabytes out of 4 gigs of data in the memory, with 5.72 megabytes swapped out on our little file swap that we did. Probably do all that upgrading we did. And it's got 8 threads cooking. And not even maxed out CPU at all. It's running basically about 1.3 to 0, depending on which kernel or which thread you're looking at. So yeah. So not bad. Not the greatest. I mean, if you wonder want a low RAM usage, I guess you'd install XFCE on there. So yeah, that's cool. Now we've got NeoFetch to look at. And they got the rolling thing there. It's OpenSUSE Tumbleweed. It's based on it. And basically OpenSUSE Tumbleweed. And KVM, yeah, that's the virtual machine with its host. 5.16.0, uptime 90 minutes. It's got 1,659 packages installed on it. And it's pretty much a base system. Subtract 2 packages from one I just installed on there a while ago. Means it comes with 1,657 packages installed. And here's our resolution. And reduce the size down to make it fit the screen better. Interesting. Pantheon, D. Mutter is the window manager. Adawata is the icon themes and such. And terminal IOElementary.t. And there's my specs on my 11th generation Intel i5-1135G7 8 threaded processors running at 2.419 gigahertz per thread. So there you go. And my GPU is actually a Tiger Lake, Intel Tiger Lake GPU. So yeah, but that always reports Red Hat Inc. I guess they're the ones that make this this thing. And it's reporting 841 megabytes of memory, but it always reports a little higher than HTOP for some reason. So I'm not sure which one's actually the accurate number. I assume HTOP is more accurate than NeoFetch, but you never know. So yeah. Well, I can't type Ortho Hoot today, it seems like. So yeah. And one of the things I also liked about this distro is since it is a tumbleweed and it is rolling release, it's real updatable. I mean, it updates pretty quick, so you get more up-to-date stuff. Excuse me, hold on a minute while I clear my throat. The joys of a live stream, huh? So anyway, I really like the look. Now these icons down here, I don't really think this bad thing, but some people might think they look a little on the comic book side. I'm assuming you can change them if you wanted to. But the default out there is kind of, I like them, but other people might not. So Depends on your thing. I know you in the panel information, the dock thing, you can change it. Let's look at some of those installation things you can do in the settings manager here. Now, usually in keyboard you can do your shortcuts, which is no different here. You got all those little shortcuts you can use. In Windows, this is Windows shortcut, so if you wanted to go Alt F4, it should have closed that when I pressed Alt F4 and my board didn't do it this time. There you go. And then it's waiting for me to do something, so I'm gonna press Super Q. One oddity on this, which is not that odd, but slightly odd for Linux distributions, probably same with Elementary, I assume, is that the super key is represented by the Apple's control key. So that's partly what that is. So now if I wanted to close this out, I could hit Control Q, but I'll wait until we're ready to hit that. So anyway, you got maximize, toggle maximize, which is alright. First thing I like to do is toggle F. Yes, I don't care for patient finish mode, so I'm going to reassign this key to toggle F, super F to B, toggle maximized. Hide, toggle full screen, toggle on workspaces, toggle on top, toggle windows. Yeah, there's Alt tab, standard stuff here. Show all windows, window overview. Toggle left to right. Oh, so if I push the Windows key or super key and Control, and then the plus key, it'll toggle it to the left. Should toggle to the left anyway. Not sure why it doesn't seem to want to work that way. Overview showing. Yeah, so anyway, here's your windows. You have workspaces here. Switch to workspace and move to workspace. It says Shift Super 1, 2, 3, 4. That I like that because I always have to enter, and it's a little tedious to enter all these workspace keys in like this. But they have it already preset to do that. Cool. So if I wanted to move it to a different workspace on here, I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure if they specify where workspaces are, but we'll go on. So then you got your screenshots, key bindings, applications. You can put applications in here. Yeah, so this is where you can set key bindings for email, home folder, which would be your files manager, your music, and internet browser. Media, eject, next track. That's all those kind of things that you can just universal access. For those that need increased text size, like I might be someday. I'm getting old and decrepit. So anyway, you got toggle on screen keyboard, toggle screen reader, all that kind of stuff. For those that need help with that, that's where that's at. System, application menu, lock out, log out, cycle menu. Standard key bindings there, I think. And you have your customer, you put in your own thing, like I usually have LibreOffice B. Enter command here. Now, that's a different distro, but Should work on this, I think. 7.2 LibreOffice, they start putting LibreOffice 7.2 on there, which screws up my whole plan of this. So that should do that. Then that new shortcut, yes. Okay, so I use Control Shift W. My screenshot of that. Okay, now that's it. So we should be ready to close this puppy out. See if it works. Yes, it does. Pressed super key and Q and it closed out the window just like that. Ding! Now we press Control, it opens up LibreOffice. Yay! Did you know? Okay, not that I'm going to be needing that again, but I don't really want that to show up every time I log up. So yeah, that's excellent. So the key binding seemed to work pretty well on that. And pretty cool. Yeah, that's one thing I have to have. I have to have my key bindings. When I have my key bindings, I get cranky. So, yeah. Let's see, what else do we want to look at on here? We want to look at backgrounds. I know we want to look at that. I think we'll look, oh, we didn't finish with settings yet, though, have we? I just showed one thing on the settings, and we're going to jump out of it. Mouse and touchpad information. Power manager, if you want to set your power settings differently. And see, does this have green? I know it does. I've seen it before. Oh yeah, there's a couple of I don't think it has a screensaver on here, does it? Yeah, I'm so used to seeing it with things like XFCE's thing and stuff like that. It has one, but that's nice. Lock screen. I'm not sure what lock screen is on here, but it's not in Power Manager. It's probably somewhere else. Yeah. Anyway, we're not going to be locking out at the time. Now, this is interesting because down here they have a screen time and limits. I wonder what that was, and I clicked on it. Found out what it was. It was a parental control thing. Yeah, so screen time. You can say screen time for Rick Koppel will not be limited during this period on weekdays and weekends. You can set it to weekdays to be a certain time period from, say, from time they get home at like 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, whatever it is, till they say 10 o'clock bedtime. That's the time they can play on this sucker. Then you set it up as administrator, and then they can change it because they aren't administrators, I don't think. Yeah, you have to unlock it up here in order to change these. So, internet. You can say prevent Rick Koppel from visiting these websites. So, you know, there's a porn site they like to visit. Of course, it's kind of hard because there's tons of porn sites out there that block all those kind of things. Anyway, if there's particular port sites you don't want your kids visiting, you can plug them in there. Application, you can tell them what applications you don't want them to use. Like maybe you don't want them to use the banking app or website for app or something like that for banking. You know how old they are, so yeah, so that's kind of convenient type thing to adjust for. And let's see, if we wanted to say, okay, we don't want to go to a banking website, we could add that in. I don't do it now, but I could just see what it does. I'm curious. Okay. Okay, add URL. Okay. It didn't unlock it yet, but it's unlocked. Clicking on it, nothing's happening. Oh well. Move on, I guess. I'm just curious to try that. I want to see what happens when you try to go to the website or something. But yeah, it probably works better than outside virtual machine. Maybe one of the virtual machine conditional problem issues. Yeah, it was cool, I thought. So I think that's all. Everything else: sharing, online accounts, network, Bluetooth, date and time, system, universal access, user accounts. Most stuff's here. Oh, security privacy, that's usually where lock screen's at, so I bet it's in there. Firewall there, locking, you can change your locking. And you can change whether it records history. Interesting. Yeah, apparently they can record your history of data usage and stuff, but it says usage data is never transmitted off of this device or to a third parties. That's a good thing to know. Yeah. So its history is turned on by default. I didn't come in and change this ahead of time. As you saw, I just installed it and booted into it. Housekeeping. Yeah, we enabled those when we logged in initially. We enabled it to do some things. Location services are enabled. Data sources, chat logs, documents, music, pictures, presentations, spreadsheets, and videos. Yeah, that's nice. So, yeah, so let's look and see what kind of backgrounds we got. If we get change wallpaper, yes. This wallpaper, although it's nice, it's kind of grows on you, I think. However, maybe I want some other wallpapers. See what they got in here by default. And they have some wallpapers, some I've seen before. I've seen this one here before. And it's interesting. We have the mountains there by Colorado. That's on the lake, apparently. And this is a bird flying through the air. It's a weird looking bird. And then it's got a really skinny tail. Got clouds. No, it's not clouds. That's the ocean shore from above, looking down on it. And you got this. I've seen this before in other places. Seen this before. And I don't know if I've seen this before. Like satellite view, it should have a satellite on it. Yeah. See if there is. Yeah, but I say that looks like it's got a big shadow. You know, it's like from way up in space. And it's mountains, more mountains. And the dock with water. I've seen that before quite a bit. Let's look down through. Yeah, and then we got this. Not sure what that is. It looks like it's some kind of, oh, it's a crop of rock. Cool. Nice photo. So if you want to add your own wallpapers on it, how do you do that? Let's see. Import photo. Let you do that. Usually it's like you select another folder and you can go to it. So this is desktop, so you also had appearance here. Like I can change my appearance, have one of the light and instead of dark. I got tired of dark or something, I can change it there. Text. Gives you size of text. Dyslexic friendly. Bottom heavy shapes and increased character spacing can help improve legibility and reading speed. Especially make your screen size bigger. Yeah. So anyway, we got that. And we got dock and panel. That's where you change your dock size. And you tell it any window lower apps the dock is default of what's set at. You also change when it's not being highlight when it's not being used. Hide when not being used. Or hide when focus window overlaps the dock or focus window is maximized. So fresh reveal. Panel transparency. Yeah, so you want to turn it off. Oh, panel transparency. It's not dock transparency. Yes, this panel. You either have it where it's all black across the top, or you have it transparent. This is default. It's just floating stuff up here at the top of the window. And you have multitasking, which I assume is do nothing, do nothing, do nothing, do nothing. Cursors, yeah. Heavy tiny corners or something for me because I'd hate it to have things happen when I accidentally move into a corner, which is probably why I have it turned off by default. But move window to a new workspace when entering full screen with max. New window animations. See what options they give you here for these hot corners they have. Multitasking view. Maximize current window. Show application menu. Show all windows. Switch to next new workspace. Execute custom command. Oh yeah. So that's the backgrounds you have on this stuff. Oh yeah, I forgot. I was going to test out how to import photos and stuff like that. Because I have in my I have to turn it on and open here in order to see it. I got properties and snappy shots, devices and shares. And I have to figure out for sure which one it's talking about. I think this is the disk that it's talking about there. Now if I go down here, file manager, hope it won't lock up on me this time, but it's not working. File manager isn't working for some reason. It had a glitch. Probably have to reboot. Anyway, you can add pictures on here. I'd show you what they do, but what it is, you select picture, say add picture here. I have a folder in my pictures called background that I put on here usually. I have some of my own photos plus some other standard photos I like, that kind of thing. And then you select it. And then you go to once you selected it, then you select the picture, then this import button will light up. You click import and it'll import the picture into your background settings. Simple as that. Assuming you can click multiple pictures like control or shift, hold down shift or control key while you click them. Click multiple pictures at one time and import them all in at once. That's how that works. Anyway, there you go. That's GeckoLinux. I probably will reboot and see if it opens in. I'm sure it will, but I don't know why maybe it's virtual machine problem or issue on File Manager. So we'll try that and just see what happens. But that's GeckoLinux. And yeah, you hit shutdown, then you get off and restart right there. And yeah, something happened to the poor File Manager. I don't know what I did to it last time. I must have bumped something the wrong way. There's a gecko rolling. That's the one we have installed. It's not, doesn't show that it's mounted at this point. So what I probably can do now is I can go up here and go to properties. And do some here, last year. And remove this from the ISO. I don't really need it anymore, so you see it went away over there. See, that might have been part of the issue too. Who knows? So anyway, you got all your standard desktop documents, download music, all your standard pictures. Music goes there, documents go there, all that good stuff, yeah. Seems to be working now, at least for the time being it's working. Say maybe a complex virtual machine. Or changing. SP says possibly GBSFS was a that can sometimes make the file manager hang too. Yeah. The reboot seemed to restore it, so it's back to default operating system. One thing we didn't do is language installer over here, which pretty easy to do. Basically update your language packs and stuff like that so you get hyphenation when you also add retrieving repositories here. Yeah, also you have Pac-Man, which isn't Pac-Man without a K, it's Pac-Man with a K. Which is why I tend to type in Pac-Man anyway. Half the time I have to backspace. Nope. P-C-M-A-N. I think I'd have that as a standard default, but for some weird reason I don't. And so anyway, it's installing packages now. Yeah, I don't know much about Pac-Man, but I think it's the graphical user interface on this system, I think. And we'll look at it here as soon as we finish this. One cup to rule them all. I don't know if you can see this SP, but I have there. It's got the One Ring stuff going around the edge of its Lord of the Rings stuff thing. Yeah. A Guinness Stout in it right now. My brew for the day. So we're waiting for this to finish. Yeah, I'm wondering where Pac-Man is. We haven't looked at the Yast install, which is another type of installer they have on here. Okay, it's starting Software Manager. This is our software. Yast. This is. Oh, yeah, it's probably locked due to oh yeah, this is very similar to Synaptic Package Manager, really. We'll close this down because it's like you have to wait for the other thing. Abort. Abort. Oh, we abort the other thing and then finish. We have no idea. We'll install it later anyway. Probably why I asked installed eventually. Yast is definitely an OpenSUSE product, I think, mostly. So my favorite search, there it is. You go over here to search. My favorite terminal is Kitty. So there's Kitty, HyperKitty. Never heard of HyperKitty Web. The web root for GNU Mailman. Oh, interesting. So we got Kitty, there's Kitty. Which if we want to install that on here, click on that. And then you go down here to I think you go down here to accept. Installing 2 packages. Okay. There, Kitty's installed, it says. Finish. Now if we go in the menu, go over to System Tools, we should see Kitty here. There it is. There it is. Boop, boop. Yeah, Kitty's already have an update to it. I just installed it. It has an update. Yay. Alright. Yeah. So, yeah. Installed Kitty Pot's fine. That's cool. And you can do searches on Yast to see what other programs are available for you. If I understand Yast, it's sort of semi like AUR, but not quite the same thing. Yeah. I think maybe that's part of, oh, Pac-Man is a third-party repository for OpenSUSE provides proprietary drivers. Oh. Yeah, it says Pac-Man is a third-party repository for OpenSUSE that provides proprietary driver and software support. So if you need drivers, proprietary drivers, I can say that right, then you can go to Pac-Man. And it seems like that'd be installed here, right? Under System Tools. I don't see it, but there's Yast. Terminal, System Settings, System Monitor, which I assume is like HTOP. Yeah, I can use that instead of that. So yeah, you have your HTOP light system monitor there. Yeah, so we have Firefox down here for browser, which is decent. I usually install Brave. Let's see if we install Brave. That's another one I'd like to see if we install. If Brave's out there in Yast or not. And doesn't appear Brave's there. You have to install it differently. Install Bungie Desktop Notifications Center though. But that's actually a library for Raven, so That would be smart to install that separately. It's a dependency of it. So, yeah, the Brave isn't available apparently on YAS at least. I have to go there and download it, and I think they do have an RPM version of it, I think, or something like that. Don't remember exactly. At any rate. Yeah, so I'm sure I can install Brave on here. It's just a matter of figuring out and doing it. But yeah, I'm trying to think if there's anything else I need to show people about this. There's your notices up here. ED update available. Yeah, I don't worry about that now, but that's what I do if I wanted to get a current version of Kitty. And been at this for a little over an hour and 15 minutes or so. So I think maybe it's time to call it a day or so. Thanks, SB, for being here. Appreciate the help and the comments and all that good stuff. And B, do join us for Linux Saloon over in where we do reviewing Gecko for a bunch of people. We'll review Gecko at one time. It'll tell you about how their install went and all that other good stuff. And I really like Gecko pretty much. I just might install it on Taser over here. Find out. So until next time, may the Linux force be with you. Bye.